So I'm probably gonna lose some subscribers over this, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I got some stuff I want to get off my chest, and yeah, some of this stuff needs to be talked about. So, especially by white people, I can use my white privilege to raise some awareness and fight because, like, black people can't do it on their own. It's gonna take people like us to help them fight. So yeah, I have been, well, that's also a reason why I haven't made a video in a while. Like, everything that's been going on in the world has kind of got me depressed, and I've also been busy, so I haven't had time to make any videos. But yeah, so I have been debating some of my family because some of you may not know, but well, most of you probably don't know, but um, when I was growing up, I was surrounded by a family that was racist, and I wasn't exposed to anybody else that wasn't. So I grew up racist myself, and when I got old enough to realize it was wrong, I changed, and I feel fucking awful for how I used to be, but I'm trying to make up for that. And so yeah, I've been debating people and some of my family, and trying to change their minds. And I've been blocking a lot of my Facebook friends and family because ever since the protests, like, people have been coming out of the woodwork and just being racist on Facebook. People that I didn't know were racist. And, I don't want that shit popping up on my timeline. Like, I don't want people to see that and see that I'm friends with them and thinking that I'm probably like that too, because I'm not. And not anymore. I was racist back in the day, and I will admit that. Like, I own that, and I'm trying to make up for it. But there's some things people keep fucking saying, and I'm getting tired of hearing it. Like, white people keep saying all lives matter. Shut the fuck up. Like, yes, all lives matter, but that's not the fucking point here. Like, when people say Black Lives Matter, they're saying, hey, our lives matter too. We want to be treated equal like everybody else. That's basically what that fucking means. They're not saying only Black Lives Matter. Like, how do you not fucking see that? Like, it's so goddamn obvious, but people want to fucking play the victim. People love that shit. And so people like getting fucking mad over nothing. And so yeah, I wanted to address that issue, because, like, I've been seeing it a lot on Facebook. Like, people's been posting that, and I've been correcting them. And when I have debates with some of my family members, that's also something they say. And another thing is, like, the Confederate statues that have been took down. Like, they say, oh, that's history. Well, yeah, it's history, but it's something that shouldn't they shouldn't make a statue of. Like, history will always be there whether you have a fucking statue or not. But what they're bad fucking people. They don't deserve a goddamn statue. And you only supposed to make a statue of somebody that's good, because they deserve that. So that's also something I've been talking to people about. Like, you wouldn't fucking put up a goddamn statue of a Nazi soldier, because that would offend Jewish people, and rightfully so. Like, so why would you have Confederate soldiers, statuized? Like, that's fucking offensive. Like, I could see that if I was a black person and I seen that. Hell yeah, I'd be fucking offended. Cause it's like you're condoning what they did. in the Civil War, you know, and the Confederate flag too. Like, I don't, I don't blame NASCAR for banning that, taking it out, taking it off their cars and stuff. And I'm surprised they didn't do it sooner. It's just, it stands for racism. Like, fuck that shit. Another reason why I'm making this video is because if you have a platform, I think you should use it to speak up. And it doesn't matter what your YouTube channel is about. Like, you have a voice and you should still speak up about this issue, because there needs to be more people fighting. And yeah, if you have a platform, no matter how big or small it is, you should still speak up, because this is your fellow human beings and they're crying out for help, and you should help them. You should stand and fight. And I wish I could go to these protests, but my social anxiety is so fucking bad. Like, I have really bad social anxiety, and getting around people scares me to death. And sometimes even going to Walmart is hard enough. And so I don't go to family get-togethers. I don't go to stuff like that, like big, like places with big crowds or nothing, because it's like, I've tried and my nerves will get so shocked, like I'll be shaking and have to leave. And that's just what, like 20 something people, like there's hundreds of people sometimes at these protests, and like I wish I could go, but I just can't. And so since I can't, I have to use my platform to speak out. And Facebook, I've been active on there, saying some stuff, and people don't like it. And I've realized that most of my friends and family is racist, and they don't like what I say, because no one likes my shit. So, I'll get maybe a couple likes on it, but the rest of them, they just don't like it. And I'm like, well, fuck you then. Like, I don't want to be associated with your ass. And so that leads me to another thing I want to say. If you're racist and you are subscribed to me, fuck off. Unsubscribe. I don't want to entertain you. You are not worth my time. And I don't need your support. So go somewhere else with that bullshit. But I'm not sitting here condoning everything at these protests. Some of the rioting and stuff like that, I don't agree with. But some of it I do. Some of it I do think it's justified. Like tearing down the Confederate statues. Because I've heard that they've complained and complained and complained and wanted the city to take them down. And they kept getting ignored. I even heard that they had a petition signed, and they ignored that too. And so they took matters in their own hands and went and tore it down. And I'm fine with that, because it was probably put up with people's tax money. And so since they bought it, they have the right to go fucking tear that shit down. So yeah, I agree with that, but some things I don't agree with. But yeah, the black people around you, just show them some love and support, any way you can. Like, watch some black YouTubers, read some books by some black authors, just give to a black charity if you can. But yeah, just try to be nice. Like, haven't black people gone through enough already? Like, the past couple hundred years? Like, shit. We live in 2020, and we're still dealing with this shit. And it's embarrassing. Like, grow the fuck up,